Hey guys, my name is Leela from Uku-Lela Therapy, and today I'm going to share with you my favorite metaphors to use in counseling. Metaphors are a great tool. It can put into words things that are kind of hard to explain. It can give us a new perspective on a situation. And I think there are a lot of people that can resonate more with metaphors than statements that are more concrete. So I have 5 metaphors I'm going to share with you that I like to use. The first one is a metaphor of the bridge for self-worth. So if we think of a bridge with a lot of different planks, it's stronger than a bridge with maybe like 1 or 2 planks. So then we can identify what our planks are. If we are just standing on one plank, maybe like a relationship or my singing career, and we only rely on that one thing, what happens when that breaks? We don't have anything to stand on. So we need a lot of things to make it strong. Then we can identify what things make us feel good about ourselves, what things give us that sense of worth, the sense of purpose. I think we all can think of somebody, maybe it's you, that uses one thing as their focus. Like they put everything into a relationship and they don't invest in other areas of their life. And then when it's done, they don't have any friends, they're alone, maybe their career is not going the way that they want to go. So having a lot of different things can give us a very strong foundation. The next metaphor I like to use is the metaphor of a scar for addressing trauma. So if you think about really difficult things that might have happened to you, when it first happens, it's an open wound. And when you think about it, it hurts. When you're reminded about it, it hurts. When you touch it, it hurts. So eventually you want to get to a place where you can look at the scar and you can poke it and it won't hurt as bad, or it won't look as gross, or it won't look as terrible. And then going even a step further and looking at the scar as a source of strength and empowerment instead of a weakness. Third metaphor that I like to use is seeing emotions as like walking through a tunnel. We have to walk all the way through the tunnel to get to the other side. Sometimes we want to claw our way out through the sides, or we want to turn around and go back the easy way, something that we know is familiar. But what happens when we try to claw out through the sides? Usually that takes longer, it's a lot more effort. And what happens when we turn around and walk the other way? We miss out on all the other things that might be in the tunnel. Maybe there's things in that tunnel that we need to see or learn from. And turning around and walking the other way is just doing things that are familiar to us and that we're used to, when maybe there's something more beautiful on the other side of the tunnel. So maybe it's a long journey through the tunnel, maybe it's hard. But the thing about tunnels is there's always an end to them, and you're not going to be trapped in there. So the fourth metaphor that I like to use is being angry at someone or being resentful towards someone is like drinking poison and hoping the other person will die. I really like this one because it can really show us that the anger that we have towards people is not really doing anything for them. It's just making us feel worse. So I think that really shows that forgiveness is really for yourself and not for the other person. And one of the most important ways to move on from that anger and resentment that is eating you alive is to forgive. And I think an important thing to note too is that forgiveness doesn't mean that you're okay with what happened. It just means that you're allowing yourself to heal, move on, so that you don't feel stuck and trapped in that feeling of anger. And the fifth metaphor that I like to use is seeing emotions as signals on an instrument panel in a car. So if we think about a light coming on in our instrument panel in a car, like check engine light or a tire light, we want to tend to that. Because what happens if we don't tend to that? Our tire will go flat, or something's going to go wrong, and then we have to tend to it later, and it's an even bigger issue. So tending to the emotion in that moment, when the warning light comes on, is going to be a lot more manageable than waiting until the emotion blows up or causes a flat tire or an engine problem. So those are just 5 metaphors that I like to use in counseling. Those are my favorites that I could think of. Maybe I'll make more videos in the future when I think of more. But if you have any that you like to use or that you've heard that have been helpful for you, please let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll use it in my next video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if this was helpful for you, and I hope to see you next time.